everybody, welcome back to 𝘿𝙘𝙠 the Terrible. Today we have a new deck for you called the Magma Motors, featuring our Reshiram from Shining Fates with the amazing Blaze attack doing 270 damage for only one Fire, Lightning and Darkness energy. We have Magma Basin now. I'm very glad to say Brilliant Stars Magma Basin allows you to attach a Fire energy card from your discard pile to any one of your bench Fire type Pokemon and then place 2 damage counter on that Pokemon. Placing damage counter is not good for this deck because we are damaging ourselves with this attack. So the recoil damage is 60 and it's only 120 HP, so Reshiram dies quite easily. So playing Heat Energy is actually better. It actually helps you a lot if you play Heat Energy, but I prefer to play Basic. So we have 4 copies of Basic Fire Energy, 4 copies of Basic Darkness and Lightning Energy, so all in force here, and plus that 1 Aurora Energy to help us discard our energy card so that we get to reattach with our Flaaffy with our Magma Basin. So all we need is 1 Flaaffy and 1 Magma Basin and we are good to go for a 270 damage, 3 energy attachment in a single turn. We don't need 𝘿𝙚𝙠, no need for experience share, we just need 1 Flaaffy out. So you can actually play 𝘿𝙚𝙠 experience share instead of Flaaffy, but it's actually better to use Flaaffy because if you use 𝘿𝙚𝙠, you're gonna have to hope for your opponent not to knock out your Reshiram with special conditions. If they knock out Reshiram with damage counters as well, quick shooting Inteleon or things like that, Orbital VMAX or anything that plays damage counter on your Pokemon, if they knock it out with special conditions, Galarian Slowking VMAX, you can't use 𝘿𝙚𝙠. So 𝘿𝙚𝙠 is very conditional, as we all know. Experience share also doesn't work if they use special conditions. You need to be knocked out by damage from your opponent's Pokemon. Experience share is quite conditional as well. So both those cards are temperamental. That's why I play Flaaffy instead. So Flaaffy is powerful because it actually helps you attached to your bench Pokemon, and also it has 2 energy retreat cards, which actually works really well with our Air Balloon. We are playing 3 copies of Air Balloon in this deck, so 3 Air Balloons for the switch, 1 Scoop Up That to recycle our Reshiram. If we have it stuck in an active spot, if we want to recycle its attack, we don't have to knock ourselves out. If your opponent passed the turn not attacking your Reshiram and you have to kind of knock yourself out with a second attack, you can actually scoop it up to prevent the self knockout. So that's the power of your Scoop Up Net. But we also can use the Scoop Up Net for the switch, as we all know. We also have 1 Escape Rope and 1 Bird Keeper for the switch, and that's all for our switch cards. Only 5 plus that 1 extra switch option, which actually this actually works really well for your recovery. You're trying to recover damage instead of using it for the switch for Scoop Up Net, because it actually works really well for Reshiram. We're also playing 1 copy of Manaphy to help us protect our bench from any damage from their Urshifu VMAXs. If they play spread decks like Jump Bluff or anything that target our bench Pokemon, we can actually protect it with that 1 copy of Manaphy. We're also playing Ordinary Rod and 𝘿𝓚𝓪 in this deck, 1 copy of each to help us recycle our Pokemon and energy cards, bring it back into our hand, shuffle it back into the deck. We're playing 4 copies of Magma Basin to help us reattach energy from a discard pile. We have 3 Research, 2 Marnies, 1 Milo to help us discard energy cards from our hand. We have 2 Cynthia's Ambition and 2 Bruno. So Bruno and Cynthia's Ambition, only the extra effect only activates when your opponent knocks out, when one of your Pokemon gets knocked out on your opponent's last turn. That means if you if one of your Pokemon dies on your opponent's last turn, you get to use the extra effect, which is draw cards until you have 8 cards in your hand for Cynthia, and draw cards until you have 7 cards in your hand after shuffling your hand back into the deck with Bruno. So 7 for Bruno, 8 for Cynthia, but Cynthia, you don't shuffle your hand back into the deck. You only draw until you have 8 cards in your hand. So it's kind of like Karina's Focus, except it's 8 cards in your hand. So we also have 1 Boss Order in this deck, and Quick Ball, Ultra Ball and Level Ball to help us bring out our Pokemon cards. We have 2 Ultra Ball to help us discard our energy cards and also to get our Flaaffy evolution. Level Ball for Flaaffy, Quick Ball for Reshiram. We also have 1 Gloria, by the way, Gloria to help us get our 1 prize Pokemon cards. So Pokemon cards with no rule box on them. You only get to search your deck for 3 basic Pokemon that has no rule box on them and put it onto your bench. So we are playing full on 1 prize deck here, no rule box Pokemons at all, no Shining Pokemon. Shining Pokemon is not released yet, so we don't have to worry about that. Shining Pokemon is the new Prism Star, by the way. It's going to be released on the next set, Battle Region. I'm not sure what the English side is called, but it's called Battle Region for the Japanese side. And we have Snorlax in this deck, 2 copies to help us Gorman dice, draw cards until we have 7 cards in hand and pass the turn. If we get stuck with a bad hand, or if we can't attack yet, we can use Snorlax to stall and draw a good hand. We have 1 Burning Scarf to help us do extra damage. We can actually play Choice Belt instead, but I couldn't find the extra copies of it. So I finally traded for it a few seconds ago, but it was too late. So when I recorded gameplay, I had a Burning Scarf instead of a Choice Belt. But if you want, you can actually swap this card for a Choice Belt, which actually helps you do 300 damage with this attack. 300 damage for only a basic Pokemon, amazing rare Pokemon, super fast, super easy, attaching energy every single turn with one Flaaffy and one Magma Basin. You get to do so much in a single turn, so much damage, 300. And all you need is that extra quick shooting Inteleon to collect the knockout, or even Static Shock to connect the knockout. That's why I prefer to play actually 2 copies of this Mareep, because this Mareep actually does 20 damage for only 1 lightning. This one does, this one has 70 HP, which is actually better. It survives a bit longer, but it has 2 energy retreat and it doesn't do much damage. You need 2 energies to do 20 damage. So if you can actually play, I actually thought about playing a Mustard, Rapid Strike style Mustard for a Inteleon quick shooting to help us collect the knockout with our Reshiram's damage on the previous turn, because we are doing 300 damage with Choice Belt. So that's an option, additional option for another deck experimentation that you can explore if you want to. But for this deck, we are playing this. This is the finalized version. I quite like this deck. I'm happy with this final version, this final upgrade. So this is the one that I'm sticking to, because you actually get to do 270 damage, a minimum 270 damage, not bad. If you have one Choice Belt or a Burning Scarf, you get to do 290 or 300 damage, up to 300 damage with one Reshiram every single turn, non-stop, with a 1 prize card. Is the equivalent of a Zacian Brave Blade, which is super strong for a 1 prize card. So I'm very happy to say that this is, you know, a consecutively you get to attack non-stop 270. I can't stress that enough. It's a super strong deck. I'm loving this combo right now. And we have 4 Quick Balls to get our basic Pokemons for Snorlax as well. So this is a very versatile deck. We have, I think I talked about everything already. We have 2 Energy Surge to help us summon our basic energy, our specific type basic energy, because we need to discard early on 1 Fire and 1 Lightning, plus that 1 Darkness. We don't need to discard the Darkness, my bad. So we need to attach that Darkness by searching it, specifically that 1 Darkness energy, so that we get to attach from our hand to Reshiram, and we're good to go. Reattaching with our Magma Basin, Dynamotor, and doing 270 damage with Amazing Blaze. So that's all for the decklist. That's great for gameplay. And Manaphy also helps us protect our Pokemon on the bench with Water Veil as well. Let's not forget that. So let's go for the first game. They have an EV box. There is the new VMAX Climax EV with Gary at the background. The character rare ones. Gary, Acerolas, Mimikyu, Glorious Urshifu, I think? I'm not sure. So many characters. Lance's Charizard. I think that one was from Celebration, right? Celebration says Lance's Charizard V. So we got 2 Reshiram on the bench. We got a Magma Basin. They're playing Inteleon VMAX Rebel Clash. So we need Manaphy out fast. That's what we need. We play the research. We're gonna do Quick Ball for either a Manaphy or a Snorlax. We're gonna discard the Fire. We may actually just attach it from our hand. If we attach the Aurora though, we don't need to use the Quick Ball yet. But if we do the Quick Ball, we should be doing the Quick Ball first though. We should be doing the Quick Ball. Yeah, we didn't do that, but we should have done it because we need Manaphy. They can actually do Silent Shot on the bench right now. If they do Silent Shot on our Reshiram, that's super bad because we are doing damage to ourselves. And they just discarded that energy. We just wasted Aurora energy. We can't recycle that. We got no Roseanne in this deck. We don't need it actually, but... And they discarded that as well. So now we have to place extra damage counters on Reshiram. It would be smart for them to Silent Shot the injured Reshiram on our bench, but they may anticipate a Scoop Up Net. You know, we may already have a Scoop Up Net in our hand, and if they do that, then we would be erasing all of those damage counters. So they may already thought of that, and instead they actually targeted our active with the Silent Shot. So Manaphy didn't help us that turn, which is fine. So right now, let's get our Manaphy, because they can quite easily Melanie and Max Bullet the next turn for 60 extra damage on the bench. So let's just attach the active and then Marnie for extra 5 cards. We need a Flaaffy. We need to discard our lightning energy, and we need an extra darkness energy because they just emptied our Reshiram in a single turn. And we can't discard, we got a Flaaffy, I forgot, we have a Flaaffy on the bench, but we can't discard the lightning because we have no quick ball, ultra ball. We just discarded the Milo, so we're just gonna attack with Static Shock and pass the turn. We may actually just attach to the bench. If we attack with Static Shock, then they may decide to not knock us out, boss order something else, and then we actually have to somehow discard another lightning energy. So it's smarter just to not attack with the Mareep, because they can quite easily prevent the knockout, or even use Hydro Snipe to put it back into our hand. So putting it back into our hand means we can't use Flaaffy. So it's quite tricky because we have no lightning energy on the discard pile. So we have to be quite conservative here. We have to be super careful and not attack with Mareep, basically. We can actually do 40 damage, but it's better not to, because 270 plus 40 is not even enough to knock out the VMAX. That's only 310 damage. And we got only one Burning Scarf, no Choice Belt. Just want to remind you guys that Choice Belt is not in this deck. I would prefer that card rather than the Burning Scarf. You actually get to transfer, you know, you get to do more damage with Burning Scarf if you're lucky. If they don't switch, and if they flip tails constantly, if they don't switch, you get to do 40 damage passing the turn, 2 turns, 2 Pokemon checkups. But I prefer Choice Belt because you get to do a solid 30 extra damage. You get to knock out a V-Star quite easy. 270 is not enough to knock out Arceus V-Star, I don't think. I think Arceus is 280 if I'm not mistaken. But most of the V-Stars is like 270 and less, I think. So we got Air Balloon, Flaaffy, and Darkness Energy. We can knock out the V quite... We can knock it out right now, which is great. The next one is ready to go though. They got their Sobbles, they got their Melanie. I'm quite scared about the next one, but it turns out that they're playing a Hydro Snipe deck. It's not a Max Bullet deck, it's a Hydro Snipe, Crushing Hammer, Team Yell deck. They're trying to stall, remove our energy cards, but good thing we're recycling those with abilities and Magma Basin Stadium, so it actually doesn't really do much against us. Unless they play enough, you know, Rugged Helmet and all of those things, unless they put those cards back into the hand, they can't really prevent us from using our effects. Because we are reattaching from the discard pile every single turn. We just need that one Darkness Energy from the deck. And Flaaffy to remain in play. If they knock out Flaaffy, we are kind of screwed because we have to reshuffle it back into the deck, resummon it with a Clara or a Rod, and that's going to be super annoying. It's going to take a lot of turns to revive your Flaaffy. So we got one Inteleon V knockout, which is fine. A bit too late in the game, but I'm okay with it because they actually stalled with their Crushing Hammers, 2 heads, which is quite bogus. 2 heads in a row. What are you gonna do about that, right? What can you do? So here comes Hydro Snipe. They can actually knock us out with Silent Shot. But we got the next one ready to go, so we should be fine. We got Alistar and Bird Keeper. So at the final list, we have 2 Snorlax instead of that Alistar. This list is actually 1 less Snorlax for the Alistar. So I changed the list. I prefer having more cards in my hand than a stupid Alistar. Alistar doesn't do much, only draw 3 cards. Very bad. It doesn't get your energy cards, it doesn't do enough. Alistar is horrible. And we didn't do anything this turn. If I remember correctly, we did not attack this turn because Alistar failed us. Alistar completely failed us. We get to attach an extra lightning energy, if I'm not mistaken. I think we discarded the lightning. I think we discarded the fire though, because we have more Magma Basins. Oh, we discarded the Quick Ball. Interesting. Okay. We got a Scoop on that. We got Cynthia's Ambition for the next turn. We're gonna do Snorlax this turn. We're gonna attach the Lightning or the Fire. We should attach the Fire though, and like Quick Ball the Lightning for the next turn. That was quite weird. I'm not sure why I discarded the Quick Ball just now. Oh, we had to discard something though. If we discard the energy, we're gonna have to discard another one with the Quick Ball. So might as well just discard the Quick Ball. So we got the Darkness Energy at last with Snorlax. If they knock out anything, let's hope they don't knock out our Manaphy, because we needed to protect our Pokemon. Because we are damaging ourselves, and if they use Boss Order, they can actually do double price draw in a single turn. So Boss Order Max Bullet for a 2 price knockout. And here comes Boss Order, and they didn't kill the Manaphy. Oh, because they couldn't kill the Manaphy. They don't have a Melanie. They can't use Melanie and Boss Order on the same turn. So no Manaphy knockout, because Manaphy is actually 70 HP, so that's quite strong, isn't it? They got no Drizzles, no Inteleon Quick Shooting yet, so that's actually quite weird, because by now you should be getting your Quick Shooting. It's quite late in the game already. Apparently they're playing too many Team Yells and energy denial cards. So we got another V knockout. They chose not to evolve it. They actually have it in their hand, as you'll see later. They researched and discarded the VMAX. But they chose not to evolve the V card because they are actually trying to restrict the number of prize cards they were drawing. Because they may actually anticipate, they may actually be afraid of that Choice Belt or something. I don't know what they're afraid of. Like, it should just evolve, right? And then Hydro Snipe or something. Because we need 2 strikes to knock out a VMAX, which is the same as a V knockout this turn, and then another 1 prize knockout the next turn. So I would just evolve, really. So Amazing Blaze, knocking out the Inteleon for another 2 prize. Escape Rope. Another Cynthia. Cynthia and Bruno is the new 1 prize trainers. It fits really well, because each time your Pokemon gets knocked out, the bonus effect activates. Same as our Gym Trainer, Raihan, a lot of those cards. Farewell Bell as well. Let's not forget Farewell Bell. Don't see a lot of that. Don't see a lot of people playing that card. Farewell Bell with any VMAX. Dragapult for a Raihan. Farewell Bell with Garbodor. I made that deck. If you want to check it out, it's on my channel. I tried Garbodor. I uploaded a video on Garbodor with Heroes Medal. So 2 Heroes Medal actually reduces the number of prize card your opponents draw. If they knock out your VMAX, they only draw 1 prize card, because we have 2 Heroes Medal on Garbodor. And we even tried Farewell Bell with that ability, Garbodor's Rubbish something ability. I forgot what the ability is called. Rubbish something. Rubbish Collecting, I think. So we got the second ready to go. We just need a Darkness Energy from this card. We got Energy Retrieval. I think I replaced the Energy Retrieval with a Clara. So we don't have a Retrieval for the final list. We have a Clara instead, because Clara actually helps you get the Pokemon as well. And if you're up against a 1 prize deck, you're gonna need to recycle your Pokemon. Because we only have 1 attacker. We have 1 sole attacker. We can actually attack with Flaaffy and our Snorlax. We can attack with Manaphy as well if we have that lucky 1 Aurora Energy attached to it at the right time. But Manaphy is not doing a lot of damage, only 20 damage for 1 energy, 1 water energy. So you can hit for the weakness though. Manaphy Choice Belt. Just to save yourself that extra 1 turn. If they boss order or, you know, force your opponent to boss order, knock out your Reshiram. Basically save your Reshiram on the bench. So we knocked out the Sobble. We just need to play Escape Rope for the final knockout, because we can't knock out the VMAX with 1 hit. We need to knock out either the Crobat or a V card on the bench. Anything on the bench really. If they put a Sobble, they're done for as well. So they can't survive an Escape Rope. Their only hope is a Marnie. If they Marnie, we are quite possibly going to get our boss order. I don't think we played that yet. So Hydro Snipe. And they chose not to put energy cards back. They should actually put either the Fire or Lightning, because we are probably having more Reshirams out on this turn. Okay, I may not check for more Reshirams. I may just end the game here. But we should actually bench another one though, just to make it more complete. So amazing plays for the final prize. That was not close. That was not close at all. Okay, we won the game against Inteleon VMAX, Rebel Clash, Max Bullet, a Hydro Snipe deck actually. They're pulling off a Hydro Snipe, energy denial, energy replace, what do you call that? Energy put back and energy discard. So complete energy denial. So let's go for our second game against Curtis. A Charizard deck. Vivid Voltage Charizard, 1 price Charizard with Leon. Let's see how well this deck works against a 1 price deck. We got Snorlax in the active, that's great. And we got Reshiram on the bench. Gormandice on the first turn is always delicious. And here comes the Charmander. We got a Milo to start with. We got all three color energies. That's great. So Milo helps us discard already. If they don't pull a Marnie on us, we have a perfect hand. We have the perfect hand. Please don't play a Marnie. Oh, they played a Leon. No Marnie. Look at that. We got lucky. So now we just need... we actually need a switch though. We need Escape Rope to knock out the Charmander. So I don't think we're going to be that lucky. We need Escape Rope and we don't have a Flaaffy. So our only hope is Escape Rope, because we can't... Escape Rope or Scoop Up Net, because we can't switch the Snorlax with a Bird Keeper, because we played our Milo for the discard. So we can't do it. So we're just going to attach the Lightning to the other Reshiram, just in case they boss or knock out the second one, the first one, my bad. And we got air balloons attached to both the Manaphy and Snorlax, so that we get to draw more cards. Gormandice, and then end the turn. Flaaffy is finally out. We got Mareep. I prefer this Mareep though. To be honest, I just prefer the 20 damage one. This 60 HP one, because even though your opponent can knock it out with a Dragapult Inteleon, they can snipe it quite easy, knock it out before you evolve. It's only 10 extra HP though. It doesn't 10 less HP. It doesn't do much. It doesn't. I don't think it matters much, because you're doing damage with only 1 energy. You get to do 20 damage for 1 energy, and that helps you a lot against a V-Star deck. You get to collect the knockout with a Mareep, and all you need to do after that is to retrieve your Mareep on the next turn, while at the same time attack with your next Reshiram. Obviously have your Reshiram already ready to go before you attack with your Mareep. We only have 2 copies though, so I don't think we actually can spare attacking with it, because if we attack with it, they're gonna knock it out the next turn, and we need the Flaaffy. We need to evolve into Flaaffy to be able to charge up our Reshiram, so I don't think it's gonna make much of a difference, honestly. So here comes the Flaaffy. Oh, we can't actually evolve it because we benched it this turn. We're just gonna bench another one. Gorman dies. Snorman dies. They got Snorlax as well. Snorlax, Cinccino, Charizard. So we are actually delaying the game. We should have actually attached our energy to Snorlax so that we get to retreat on the next turn, but apparently we are expecting to get our Escape Rope, Scoop of Net, Bird Keeper, but we did not. We got neither of those cards. We just need a Flaaffy though, right? If we have a Flaaffy and if we attach an energy from our hand, we can actually retreat the next turn. So we don't need our Bird Keeper, Scoop of Net, Escape Rope. We just need a Flaaffy. And here comes the Charizard. Is it going to be a Charmeleon or a Charizard? It's a Charizard. Oh gosh. They can actually knock out the Reshiram with Cinccino. So Cinccino, I forgot the attack. I totally forgot the attack. But it does 40 energy assist, right? Energy assist does 40 damage and it allows you to attach a basic energy from a discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. So it helps them with the Charizard energy charge, and it also helps them collect the knockout for Reshiram because we're doing 80 damage on our on our own Pokemon with Magma Basin and Amazing Blaze. So 80 plus 40 is enough to knock out Reshiram. And we just discarded the Reshiram though, which is a big mistake, to be honest. We shouldn't discard the Reshiram. Oh, we wanted to use a research. So that's why we did it. Yeah, that was smarter. Because if we use a research before the rod, then we can't actually save it, right? So here comes Flaaffy. We had to use the research because Cynthia is not going to get us Flaaffy. Cynthia only draws us 2 or 3 cards if we empty our hand. And we can't actually empty everything, so we can't discard everything. So Cynthia is not drawing much. So playing Quick Ball, Rod, and Research is the only option. If we want to attack this turn, and we have to attack now. Otherwise, they're going to evolve the Charizard and we're done for. So thank God they don't have the rare candies yet. So here comes our Amazing Blaze. First hit, we got the first prize first. Okay. 1 prize versus 1 prize, and we got the first prize. That is a good sign. We got Boss Order ready to go. They got Cinccino for the knockout. Burning Scarf is not going to help us. It's not doing much. It actually helps you against 1 price decks though, because if you use a Choice Belt against a 1 price deck, it doesn't do anything because you're doing a knockout anyways. 270 is enough to knock out any 1 price card, obviously, unless they have like a crazy high HP 1 price or something. Okay, we got 2 Flaaffys and 2 Reshiram. If they play Avery, we're just gonna discard Manaphy and perhaps a Snorlax. I don't think we need the Snorlax anymore because we have 22 cards left in the deck. We have Flaaffy, Magma Basin. We don't need to do anything. We just need to get the Darkness Energy, get the Reshiram with the Ultra Ball, and another Darkness Energy with the Research, and we're good to go. We may not get the energy that easily though. We have Energy Search, so we don't need to worry too much. Here comes the first Charizard. They may just attack with Cinccino though. Buy more time. If they do that, we may just do our Boss Order. Boss knockout a Charizard Charmander. So here comes Raihan for the Rare Candy evolution. They may just play a switch right now. I don't know what they're gonna do, honestly. If they do a switch, it would be a waste because we have a boss order in hand, ready to go. They may anticipate that. Okay, they anticipated it. 150 HP, it's not gonna do anything. So we're gonna put Manaphy because we can't do the Snorlax. It has 3 energy retreat. Magma Basin, and we got another Pokemon with the Ultra Ball. I don't think we have any more Reshirams in the deck though. Oh, we actually have one. We shuffle back one, right? So we're gonna do Ultra Ball and attach the Fire. We're gonna discard the Lightning because we don't want to place damage counters on our Reshiram. If we place too many damage counters, they can knock it out more easily. So Cinccino can't knock us out if we don't use the Magma Basin. If we attach the Fire from our hand, then Cinccino cannot knock it out. Doesn't make much of a difference, but against a one price deck, it's quite confined. You have to think about everything. So I don't think we need to do anything. If we play the research, we're gonna waste our scoop up net. So I don't think we want to waste our boss order either, because we have 2 powerful cards in our hand. Research is gonna discard them. We may play the Flaaffy Dynamotor again to Snorlax. We can attack with Snorlax Body Slam, let's not forget. So if they knock out Reshiram with the Cinccino, we can actually do Body Slam to knock out the Cinccino and save our Reshiram for the Charizard. That's our only hope to win the game, because Reshiram is not going to be able to appear too many times because we just wasted that rod just now. And 1 Reshiram is in the prize. We have 2 more Reshirams after this one. So we need to use Snorlax. We have no choice but to use Snorlax and boss order. If we have the Clara inside the deck, that would be great. Clara is gonna help us recycle revive our Reshiram, and then basically Magma Basin, Dynamotor, and we're ready to go because we have the air balloon already. So we just need 1 Clara to revive everything. Clara, Dynamotor, Magma Basin, retreat with air balloon, and we're good to go. Because Clara gets us the darkness energy as well. So Clara is definitely the perfect card for this amazing rare combo. Water Veil. They're not hitting our bench, so Manaphy is not doing anything. It's just having the air balloon effect to help us stay on the bench before we attack, because we can only attach to the bench with our Magma Basin and ability. Quite confining, but it doesn't actually affect much if we have that air balloon. So I'm thinking whether we can use our Snorlax this turn. I don't think we can. We're forced to use our Reshiram instead. So I didn't have the foresight to use it just now. We should have done Motor on the Snorlax on the last turn, and that way we got 4 energies this turn. And I just realized that. I just clicked on the Snorlax way too late. But that's fine. Better late than never, right? And we got 2 energies. We can even discard another Lightning with the Ultra Ball this turn. So we would definitely have 4 energies on Snorlax if we had the foresight to Dynamotor on the last turn. But we would be wasting the darkness energy though. We want to be saving the darkness for Reshiram because we only have 4 copies and we have no more darkness. So it wasn't that much of a waste, to be honest. We just need to boss order the second Cinccino and then knock out. I don't know what to do really, because we need to kill another 3 Pokemons. So if we kill a Cinccino with the boss order, we need another 2 Charizard knockouts. That means we have no choice but to get Clara. If we don't get Clara, we're done. We need Clara like mad. Clara is our only saving grace here. the only hope that we can win the game. Unless they don't evolve the Charizard in time. Because they may have those Charmeleons in the prize card. They should be evolving Charmeleon by now, right? No Charmeleon. Only one rare candy evolution. Quite sad. Not sure what's happening to them, honestly. I think they have a really bad hand. They got their Cinccino and Snorlax though. So, I don't know what's happening to them. But it doesn't matter. As long as we're in the lead, right? We got Bruno, Ball Research. If they choose not to knock us out, if they can't knock us out, we can actually scoop it up and then recycle our Reshiram. But we need the darkness energy though. They have Leon, so they can actually do Leon to knock us out. Flare and Leon. Oh no, they use a Marnie. So now we can't scoop it up. Scoop up net, we have one copy and it's at the bottom now. It's all the way at the bottom. They just screwed us over with that one Marnie card. Now we have a total bad hand. At least we got that one energy for Snorlax though. We actually got 3 energy cards in our hand. 3 ways of getting energies. And they're probably gonna evolve right now. I'm not sure what's gonna happen. Marnie though, Marnie never gets you anything, right? And they didn't knock us out. Energy is not enough because we didn't use Magma Basin. So we get to retreat right now. We can't use Basin for the bench Reshiram. If we retreat right now, we're gonna have to discard everything. Because we have no air balloon, we have no Bird Keeper escape rope. So discarding everything means we need to attach 2 energies. We need 1 darkness and 1 fire energy attached. We need 2 turns to charge it back up. But that's fine because we actually can attack with Snorlax this turn. Okay. I discarded the energy with our quick ball and then retrieve it with our energy retrieval. Oh, so we have no Clara. We have no Clara for this list as well. My bad. My mistake. So we have an energy retrieval. So this is the early list. The final list has a Clara instead of the energy retrieval. So this is quite scary now because we don't have a Clara. We have no choice but to rely on the final scoop up net to recycle that one Reshiram or to get the final Reshiram from the prize card. So we should actually retrieve 2 darkness energy because I had no idea that we have no more darkness energy left in the deck. We have 1 in the prize card and 3 discarded and 1 Aurora energy already used. So we can't actually afford to recycle to retrieve the fire energy, but that's what I did. I retrieved the fire energy with our energy retrieval, as you'll see later. Just because I don't want to use the scoop up net. I don't want to use my Magma Basin for the Reshiram. Even though we shuffle our deck with our quick ball, we may not get our scoop up net on the next turn or in time. So if we don't get it in time, we can't actually do our amazing blaze with the Magma Basin. So that's why I recycled the fire energy. And they got 3 Charmanders in play. No Charizard. Very interesting, isn't it? We're gonna evolve right now. Experience share, path to the peak. Quite interesting, isn't it? Charmander. Is it Charmander or Charmander? Or Charmander? Where's the emphasis? We got Retrieval for 2 different energies. Oh, we actually discarded 4 Darkness, so that means we have none in the prize card. I forgot to check, so always check your Darkness energy card count, because you may not have enough to spare. We could not afford to retrieve that fire. I had no idea. Because if they boss or knock it out, if they boss or knock us out, we are done for. But if we get our final Reshiram from the prize, well, bottom line is we need a 𝘿𝓚𝓰. We need a 𝘿𝓚𝓰 for this deck. That's the bottom line, right? So that's why I updated the deck, switched that 1 energy retrieval for 𝘿𝓚. This was the turning point. This game was the turning point where I decided to change that card for a 𝘿𝓚𝓰. Because I realized how important shuffling back Pokemon cards is. We have not enough attackers. That 1 Rod is not going to do enough, because we are playing Research as well. So Research actually forces you to discard your Pokemon and your item cards if you want to draw your energy or something else. So 1 Rod may not be enough, that's why we have another 𝘿𝓚𝓰. And they got the Charizard. If they retreat and attack with the Charizard, if they boss order, we're done for, because we can only do 100 damage. 100 damage is not enough with Body Slam, but let's hope we paralyze them. If they do a boss order knockout the Reshiram, we can't charge out the next one, because we have no Darkness energy left. No more Darkness energy for the next Reshiram. So they did a boss order. They're knocking us out right now. So the last Reshiram is useless, is rendered useless because we have no more Darkness energy. I want to stress that again. No more Darkness energy. Surprise, surprise. But they just left the Charmander in the active spot, giving us the knockout with Body Slam. Quite stupid of them. I'm not sure why they did that, but we can actually charge up the next Snorlax though. If they knock out the Snorlax with another Royal Blaze, we have another Snorlax, another Body Slam ready to go for the next turn. So it's not too bad. We're not doing too badly. So that's all for that Charizard game. But we actually need another energy though. But we got Flaaffy. We got 2 turns for Flaaffy to charge up to 5 energies with Dynamotor. So we're good to go, definitely. We have Air Balloon on Manaphy, so we don't need to worry about the next Snorlax having no energies. Snorlax amazing rare deck. I'm loving this one so much. It doesn't do a 1-hit knockout, not exactly, but at least it does a lot of damage. It does a 2-hit knockout for a VMAX, 2-hit knockout for a V-Star if you have the big charm and energy buffs, HP buff, my bad, heat energy and stuff like that, stone energy, what else, abilities to reduce damage, stuff like that. So now we're up against Urshifu VMAX, Urshifu Blaziken. We got Manaphy early on in the game, super lucky. We got 1 copy, so that's quite lucky actually. But for standard format, normally if you play 1 copy, it's not that unlikely for it to show up, especially if it's the most recent set. If you play 1 copy, it's actually enough. If you play 2 copies, it's definitely going to be inside the deck, at least 1. Most games, very rare would you have both inside the prize card. If you play only 2 copies of your Mareep and Flaaffy, if you play 2 copies of Manaphy, you're very likely to have at least 1 inside the deck, and none, 1 or none in your prize card. So we got the Darkness energy, we got another level ball for another Mareep. We should have saved it for the Flaaffy though. Oh, we went first, so we can actually evolve this turn, my bad. I forgot. So we attach another energy because it's our second turn, and we use a Marnie, and then discard an energy for, we can't discard the energy though. We We can't do the switch, we can't discard energy, so we can't do a knockout this turn, unfortunately, but we can actually do a Gormandize. We're gonna save the Stadium card in our hand because we don't want to waste it. They got a lot of Tower of Waters. They may play other Stadium cards as well, so we may fare better just to keep it in our hand because we're not using it anyways. If we play it, we can actually draw more cards with Snorlax, but we can't actually use the effect this turn, so might as well just keep it in our hand. So we have no way of searching our deck for Stadium cards and putting it into our hand. So that's why if you have it in your hand, make sure you treasure it. Make sure you value that Stadium card because you may not be able to search it. You may not be able to find it out in your hand, bringing out in time and play it at the right time unless you're lucky enough. But we are playing 4 copies though, so I'm not too worried. 4 copies is actually enough. So the only way of bringing out your Stadium cards is with the Drizzile Shady Dealings. You can actually do Shady Dealings or Peony for a Stadium card. I don't think there's any other way you can search your deck for a Stadium card. Skyla, Farabelle, Raihan. Yeah, there's no other way. Those are the only other options. And we got Magma Basin. We're gonna do Lightning Energy on the Reshiram probably. Oh, we just attached the Snorlax. Interesting. I think we're baiting them. We're baiting them to knock out the Snorlax, so that we get to attack with Reshiram the next turn. Oh, we actually get to do Dynamotor already. We get to do Dynamotor this turn. I did not realize that. So we're gonna Dynamotor to the second Reshiram. Always do that. Spread your energies so that, to anticipate a knockout. They can't do Rapid Flow. They may not realize that, but we have a Manaphy, Water Veil. They're playing an old list, so no new cards, no cards from Brilliant Stars. No Brilliant Stars cards in their deck. Gormandize. We can actually play the Ultra Ball to reduce our hand and draw more cards with Gormandize, but I don't think we want to be discarding our Magma Basin. We can't afford to discard the Bird Keeper or the Darkness Energy, so we're definitely not going to discard the Quick Ball either, because Quick Ball actually helps you get your Reshiram. If you shuffle it back with a Rod, you can Quick Ball and bench it immediately after. So Quick Ball is actually quite precious. All cards in this deck is very precious, so make sure you discard nothing but energies with your Ultra Ball, and nothing but Fire or Lightning Energy with your Ultra Ball, or any other balls if you don't need them already. Supporter cards maybe, I don't know. It really depends on the situation. And they forgot about the ability. They did not check that we have a Manaphy, so they just wasted their energies and an entire turn wasted for Rapid Flow. And we got Bird Keeper. We get to do 270 damage. We get to do even more with Burning Scarf the next turn. If they knock us out, they got 20 extra damage on them. Burning Scarf is not enough though, because we need 60 more damage to knock out the Urshifu. So we need like 3 Pokemon checkups with the burn. If they flip 3 tails with 3 Pokemon checkups, we can knock it out naturally, and it's kind of the same as attacking with like a Static Shock or something else, plus that 2 Pokemon checkup or something. So let's hope they get a tails. We can't actually do 20 damage. They got a tails, so if we can do 20 damage this turn with either Manaphy or Static Shock Mareep, we could have knocked it out without wasting a Reshiram. So we should definitely replace that other Mareep with the 20 damage one, the 60 HP one. So now we're forced to knock it out with the other Reshiram, because we don't want to knock ourselves out. We're trying to wait for Scoop Up Net to show up. If we have a Scoop Up Net, we can actually recover damage from that Reshiram and then bench it, clean it from all the damage counters, and then do Amazing Blaze all over again, preventing the self knockout with Amazing Blaze. So discarding energies all over again is not too bad because we can actually Magma Basin a second time because we have 30 HP remaining. They got no Inteleon quick shooting, so we don't need to worry too much. No quick shooting at all. They got Passimian, 𝘿𝙚𝓰𝓐𝓪, and Blaziken. Interesting. Rapid Strike Energy. Are they doing Gale Thrust? They better do Gale Thrust. Oh, I don't think they can do 150 damage. 30 damage is actually not enough. Look at that. Gale Thrust is not enough to knock us out. So they had to do... They don't have the Stadium card. They had to do the Rapid Flow. That's quite sad. So wasting 3 energies for 120 damage. Discarded 3 energies. And we're gonna attach to the new one. Flaaffy, Magma Basin to the new one. Wait in the wings for the next Scoop Up Net. So that we get to recover the first Reshiram. And then attack a second time with it. We're gonna discard 1 Quick Ball and 1 Fire Energy with that Ultra Ball for another Flaaffy. We got our second Flaaffy in play. The Evolving Skies. I think it's actually Fusion Strike, my bad. Fusion Strike, Secret Rare Flaaffy, Gold Flaaffy from Fusion Strike. Turn in 70 damage. And now we just need a boss order. If they retreat and attack with Blaziken, probably gonna do that. You can actually boss order and knock out the Urshifu. If we have it the next turn. Otherwise, we're gonna have to waste another 2 turns trying to knock out the Blaziken VMAX for another 3 prize. If they play a Cheryl, I don't know what to do. Oh, it turns out they're attacking with Urshifu. They're giving us the 3 prize. They're giving us the 3 prize on a silver platter. Look at that. Thank you so much. We got Air Balloon, we got the first Reshiram still available to attack. So they're done for. They cannot afford to attack with Urshifu. They just can't. We can even attack with Snorlax. Because we have 2 Flaaffys now. I don't think we have enough lightning energies though. So make sure you check a discard pile. I don't think we can attack with Snorlax. We got the 3rd Reshiram. The last Reshiram ready to go. So we're just gonna attach to the last one, the new one. The clean damage counter one. And attach 1. We only have 1 lightning energy, so we can't do Body Slam this turn. Unless we discard another one from the deck. So we're gonna retreat to the last Reshiram and Amazing Blaze for the final 3 prize. We won against Urshifu VMAX with Amazing Reshiram. Amazeballs. And we got a mystery gift. 112 points. Okay, next game. Now we're up against, I'm not sure what we're against, a triple evolution coin and a quadruple evolution deck box deck sleeve. Manaphy to start with, Gloria. All we need is a Gloria really for Snorlax. Oh, it's a Jolteon. Jolteon versus Manaphy, look at that. We got a Manaphy to start with against a Jolteon. That's like the perfect matchup for us. And now, if we have a choice belt, we can actually knock out the Jolteon VMAX with 1 hit. We've got no Snorlax, but that's fine because we have a lot of supported cards in our hand. If they Marnie though, I don't know what to do. So we're just gonna get another Mareep. We may just get another Reshiram though. Okay, we just got 2 Mareeps. We're gonna attach to Manaphy, retreat to the Mareep because we want to save our Water Veil. We need that ability. We need Manaphy to stay alive badly because Jolteon can do a lot of damage to a 1 price deck if we don't protect, if we don't guard our bench Pokemon. So make sure you protect your Manaphy. And here comes Zigzagoon and Inteleon, Sobble. They haven't evolved yet, so thank goodness. They can actually do the first hit this turn if they got their VMAX and the Elemental Badge. They don't even need a badge because they attached the energy already the last turn. So they just need another energy and a VMAX. Here comes the VMAX. G-Max Thunder Rumble. I don't think it's G-Max, I think it's just Max Thunder Rumble. And they didn't attack. They passed the turn not attacking. That was quite lucky. And we got a Darkness, and they can't evolve though. They can't evolve the Drizzle because they just benched it this turn. So I suppose that's why they have no Elemental Badge and no energy. Because they are playing so many Pokemon cards and level balls, trainer cards in their deck. I don't think they can get the energy cards out that easily. They can evolve, but they can't get the energy cards. They don't have the energy apparently. So we got Flaaffy. We're gonna do a research right now. Alistair is not gonna do anything. Again, we swapped that Alistair for another Snorlax. I don't know why we still have that for this game. And Dynamotor, if we had 2 copies of Snorlax, we would have gotten a Snorlax with the Gloria. So that's why we don't have the Snorlax inside the deck, because we're only playing 1 copy for this list. But the final list, as I keep mentioning, has 2 copies of Snorlax. So they get to summon it early on in the game and use Gorman dice to help you draw from the start, because that's what we want for a 1-price deck. And we got Escape Rope for Flaaffy. Not sure why we did that. I think we're trying to stall, prevent the knockout hit, because now they actually need to scoop up the active or Air Balloon the active. Probably gonna scoop it up because they're playing so many nets for the Zigzagoon and Inteleon ability recycle. But if they scoop it up though, they can't actually do okay, they just wasted 1 Shady Dealings for a scoop up net, that's great. And they can't actually evolve a second Inteleon on the next turn, so they can only do 1 Inteleon evolution on the next turn, so we're actually safe a little bit. We're delaying them by a little bit with that 1 less evolution. Thanks to Escape Rope. If we have a Choice Belt, we would have knocked out the Jolteon with 1 hit. Can you imagine? 300 HP, Jolteon is quite weak. But now we actually need 4 hits. We need 4 hits to knock out 2 VMAXs. So it's quite a lot. They finally got the Elemental Badge. And they got the Zigzagoon as well. So Zigzagoon is quite dangerous because they are doing damage counters on us. We are damaging ourselves as well. We don't need to use Magma Basin on this one though. So we're safe with 40 damage left. If they use Quick Shooting, we have 2 damage counters left. So they just need 2 Scoop Up Nets or another Zigzagoon and a Scoop Up Net. Or Rare Candy Evolution for another Quick Shooting. So we're just going to discard 2 energies and then retrieve them with the Retrieval. We got a Fire Energy, that's great. And then Quick Ball. I don't think we need the Quick Ball, because we have no more Mareeps in the deck. So we're gonna reattach the Lightning Energy right now. And they just conceded, look at that. Jolteon VMAX. Jolteon VMAX conceded. That was a joke. What a joke, can you believe it? A top tier Jolteon VMAX deck conceded to a 1-price deck. Jolteon is not good anymore. Because of that 1 card, that the release of Brilliant Stars Manaphy, that 1 Manaphy card completely destroys Jolteon VMAX. Max Thunder Rumble is rendered obsolete. It's totally destroyed. Bye bye Jolteon. Good riddance. Good riddance to Jolteon VMAX. I'm so happy, because that card is so overpowered. with Inteleon spamming those abilities. Zigzagoon as well. You can't actually do anything against Fusion Strike decks though. Fusion Strike energy destroys Jolteon VMAX. Unless they do boss order at the right time. But you only have 4 copies of Fusion Strike energy, so you can't actually attach to everything. There's only so much you can do with Fusion Strike energies. But now we have Roseanne, Professor Roseanne, which allows you to shuffle back your Fusion Strike energy into the deck and recycle your Fusion Strike effect. You know, Fusion Strike ability guard, which allows you to protect all of your Fusion Strike, protect that Pokemon with the Fusion Strike energy attached to it from abilities. Sonia. So it's an Eternatus VMAX deck, if you guys are wondering. Eternatus VMAX Dark Box with Honchkrow. So it's the old Honchkrow, if you guys are wondering, from Darkness Ablaze. Insomnia, prevents sleep. You know, that Pokemon can't be asleep. And they got Crobat to draw cards as well. They got Zigzagoon and Obstagoon. I'm not sure which Obstagoon they have actually, but they actually are playing Obstagoon for this deck. And they have Quillfish, so a lot of different dark type Pokemons. Interesting Eternatus VMAX Dark Box, because they actually have so many Stage 1, Stage 2 Pokemon cards. 2 Stage 2 with Crobat and Obstagoon, and they got a Stage 1 Murkrow, Honchkrow. I think it's Honchkrow, right? Murkrow, Honchkrow. So we got Air Balloon and Bruno. We may just retreat and I don't know what to do really. We got another Air Balloon. We're just gonna retreat and then use Dynamotor, prepare for a Amazing Blaze the next turn, because they're probably gonna retreat. They're probably gonna scoop up net and attack with the VMAX the next turn. If they use the VMAX and knock out Flaaffy though, that's gonna be super bad. So I have no idea what to do. Whatever we do, we're completely screwed, because if they knock out the Flaaffy or if they boss or knock out the Reshiram, we can't use Bird Keeper to draw cards. We can't use anything to draw cards. We're completely stuck. So our only hope is if they don't knock us out the next turn. Let's hope, fingers crossed, they don't knock us out the next turn. Just give us that extra 1 turn. We would be super grateful, because we actually got a shit hand. Like, we got a really shit hand with Bruno. We should have kept the Bruno in our hand and not do any. If we done nothing though, Bruno actually helped us a little bit by getting out our... Well, Bruno didn't actually help much, did it? It just got our energy cards. Okay, we got a Cynthia. We're just gonna play Magma Basin, attach the energy and Cynthia. If we attack with Amazing Blaze though, we're gonna knock ourselves out, because we have 60 damage recoil with our attack, another 60 damage recoil, 6 damage counters with Quillfish ability. So it's an automatic knockout with Quillfish if we decide to kill it with our Reshiram. So we can't attack with the Reshiram. We can't attack this turn. We're just gonna Bird Keeper and try to use Mareep instead. Use Mareep to stall. I forgot they actually can attack with Quillfish as well. So attacking with Quillfish actually forces us to knock it out. Forces us to take the recoil damage from the bursting needles. So we're reattaching the energy with Dynamotor. And then Magma Basin the next turn. Cynthia the next turn. We're drawing only 3 cards with Cynthia, but it's actually good enough. It's not bad. So we got a lightning energy, that's great. We get to use Static Shock. We just need 2 Static Shocks and an Electro Ball to knock it out. So 1 Electro Ball and 2 Static Shock is exactly enough. If they don't heal their Pokemon, if they play Lucky Ice Pop, I don't think they're playing that card, because they have so many Pokemon cards in their deck. Stage 2, Stage 1, they're playing so many Pokemon cards. I don't think they have heal cards. So let's just do cumulative damage for the knockout. A cumulative knockout strategy. And we got one Manaphy. We're just gonna get a Manaphy. And the Flaaffy the next turn. We're gonna save one level ball for the Flaaffy. And we're just gonna do Static Shock. So this game is quite tricky because they are stalling, they're buying a lot of time with that one Qwilfish. They're buying a lot of time with that Bursting Needles. And they actually got a really bad hand as well, apparently, because they should be able to attack with VMAX right now. They should be evolving by now, but they're playing so many Pokemon cards. I don't think they can do it that easily. So we got our second Reshiram to go. That's great. We got another Darkness. We're just gonna attach a Lightning this turn. We're gonna get a Lightning Energy card because we need to do damage to the Qwilfish with our Mareep Flaaffy. If we don't, we're done for. I think we're just gonna evolve the Mareep. We can't use Static Shock. If we use Static Shock, we're knocked out. We are killing ourselves the next turn before we attack because of the poison effect. So we have no choice but to evolve or retreat this turn. If we retreat, we're gonna have to reattach the energy with Dynamotor. So I might as well just evolve, because if we retreat, I don't think we can attack this turn. Either way though, there's no way we can attack this turn definitely, but if we retreat, we can't actually attach energy fast enough to do damage the next turn. So I don't think we have any choice but to keep this Flaaffy in the active spot. We're definitely gonna evolve it right now. I just want to be extra careful because we have 80 HP remaining. If they attack with Poison Sting the next turn, I don't think they can do extra damage. So if they do Poison Sting, we have 10 HP remaining, my bad. 10 HP, and then we actually get to attack with Electro Ball if we attach energy right now. And then collect the knockout with... I don't know what to do really. Collect the knockout with the second Flaaffy, I suppose. I think we have to retreat. We actually have to retreat with this one. And then reattach the energy. We're just gonna sacrifice Manaphy. So it's a infinite delay right now. We're delaying a lot. They're delaying with the Qwilfish. We're delaying with the Manaphy. So it's an infinite delay. Both players are just stalling to get a good hand. And we actually need to save it, because if we attack, if we give them that extra damage, the free hit the next turn, this turn, then they can actually knock it out before we kill the Qwilfish. So we're gonna have to kill the Qwilfish with the second Flaaffy. That's what I'm trying to say. And we can't actually do the second Flaaffy that easily because we don't have double Dynamotor anymore. We have only single Dynamotor for the next one. So we're gonna do our Flaaffy right now. We got our Flaaffy right now in the active spot. We're gonna do our Electro Ball and then double twice. We can actually do a double knockout on the next turn. They can't kill us the next turn, so we're safe for a double hit, double strike, 100 damage. We have no choice but to do that. Isn't that sad? We have a shit hand, so we can't actually do anything else. We got a Quick Ball and a Magma Basin, nothing else. They got Weezing as well, so it's a lot of different Pokemons. A lot of Dark type Pokemons. One prize, all one prize, except for Eternatus. So Weezing ability, Bursting Needles ability, Insomnia, Honchkrow, Obstagoon ability, either Wicked Ruler or the Untamed Shout. I'm pretty sure it's the Untamed Shout one, but I have no idea. You never know what it's gonna be. Quick Ball for... we should be getting a Snorlax, but we have a supporter card in our hand, so I'm just gonna get a Reshiram. I may just get a Snorlax though. Okay, I got the Snorlax, because we actually have 2 Reshiram in our bench already. We're gonna Cynthia for 5 cards. And we got no supporter, that's super bad. But we got energies though. We're gonna attach the lightning. We're gonna quick ball, reattach the lightning with Dynamotor. And then attach the fire from our hand so that we get to, you know, reduce the damage counters on our Reshiram. So quick ball. Oh, we did that instead. That's interesting. We did the Magma Basin. And then we saved the lightning energy because I don't want to waste it on my Reshiram just yet. Because we may need to attach to our Flaaffy. But it turns out we actually did that. That was quite stupid because we just wasted 2 damage counters on our Reshiram. We could have done the Dynamotor and then attached the fire from our hand. Oh well. Too many things to consider though. There are so many things to consider when you're playing the game, so you can't actually account for everything. And sometimes you actually, you know, the sequencing got jumbled up, mixed up, and you can't actually, you know, you can't actually get the perfect order at the right time every game, so it's not always perfect. So they're playing a Pierce for Darkness Pokemon, probably a VMAX. Oh, they got a Golbat. Discreet draw. They're drawing 2 cards, only 2 cards. And they're using Severe Poison. Are they gonna evolve the VMAX? They can actually knock us out though. If they knock us out, it's gonna be quite bad because we need to rod back the Flaaffy. Otherwise, we can't actually attack with the 3rd one that easily. We got 2 ready to go though. So the 3rd one is gonna be quite easy to charge up, even without the Flaaffy. We got Magma Basin. We're gonna save the Bruno, I think. Okay, we saved the Bruno. So we killed the Weezing. Now we just need a VMAX knockout and a 1-price knockout. The VMAX is going to be a bit tricky because it's 340 HP. So we need 2 strikes. There's no way out of it. If they evolve right now, we need 2 strikes to knock it out. But it's actually better because we just need to boss order knock it out, and then we got 3 prize, and all we need to do is escape rope for the last prize. If they, you know, put any V cards on the active. Any VMAX on it. If they put a V card on the active, we can actually knock it out. So they need to put a VMAX on the active. And here comes the Crobat. Drastic draw for 3 cards. Eternatus. Eternal Zone, I think. Another Quillfish. This guy is obsessed with Quillfish. I suppose it does make sense though, because Eternatus does 270 damage max. 270 damage plus Obstagoon, Zigzagoon, and Quillfish to collect the knockout. Quillfish actually does a lot, doesn't it? Because your opponents are gonna have to waste their boss orders, they're gonna have to waste their escape ropes to get around your Bursting Needle's ability. If they don't play those cards in their deck, they're completely screwed. Because they're gonna have to take the recoil. 180 damage. Not bad. Okay. So we got Dynamotor. We're gonna do the Rod right now. We can actually do it later though, because we got only 1 in the discard pile. 1 Reshiram. We may just rod back the Flaaffy, I don't know what to do. It's better to rod back the Reshiram right now. We can actually play a Bruno. But if we Bruno, Boss Order is going to be back inside the deck, so it's better just to keep Boss Order in our hand. Unless they play a Marnie the next turn, so you can never account for everything. You never know if they're going to pull a Marnie on the next turn. There's no telling really. You never know. one Reshiram and one Mareep. And it may be Clara for the Flaaffy. So this list has a Clara. If I'm not mistaken, this one has a Clara because this is like the last game. I'm pretty sure this one has a Clara. Bruno for 7 cards, and we got back the boss order. That's great. We're gonna attach the Darkness Energy, and then they can actually do Obstagoon. So this game was actually quite close, because if they did an Obstagoon, they have 2 turns to do it, and they actually couldn't pull it off. If they pull off an Obstagoon with a PRS or an Incense, they can actually do Untamed Shout to knock out the bench Flaaffy and collect 2 prize in a single turn, and then all they need to do is hit us with a Crobat, do 100 damage, and they don't need a lot of damage. You can even attack with Obstagoon, because Obstagoon only needs 2 energies. 90 damage is enough to knock out the Reshiram, so anything is enough to knock out the Reshiram, because it has like 60 HP remaining after the Amazing Blaze. So all they need right now is a Obstagoon evolution and an energy. They don't even need the energy because they have a Crobat. If we knock out the Eternatus, they're gonna have to discard their bench, but they just need to discard 1 Pokemon. So probably gonna, if it was me, I'm probably gonna discard the Slowbro, the Murkrow actually. I'm gonna discard the Murkrow because they actually have a Murkrow on the bench. So we're gonna knock out the VMAX this turn and then hope they don't pull a Obstagoon. Obstagoon is the final gambit. The determining factor. If they have that card, they win. If they don't, they lose. Simple as that. Obstagoon is the star of the show. If they don't have the star, they lose. Are they gonna find the star in time? So they're choosing which bench Pokemon to discard. I don't think there's much of choice here. I would definitely discard either the Murkrow or the Slowbro. Slowbro is not gonna... It actually has 3 energy retreat, so the ability doesn't actually work that well just because of the retreat cost. Slowbro is quite worthless, to be honest, unless you have hiding energy. I suppose that's why they came up with that special energy. Hiding for Slowbro actually works really well. You don't have Dark City anymore. Dark City Slowbro is actually a really good combo, but Dark City is from Sun and Moon, as we all know. So it's the final countdown. Are they gonna pull an Obstagoon? Come on, just do it. No Obstagoon, look at that. They got no Obstagoon and they conceded. That was so close though, because all they need is that 1 Obstagoon to knock out the bench Flaaffy and we're dead. So that's all for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We will see you next time and have a great day. Bye for now, lovely people.